Hey guys, so I was in the hospital visiting a family several years ago, and I had visited that family and I was on my way to go see someone else in the hospital, and I came around the corner and there was this guy coming towards me, and he was cool and he had the swag and he had the style, and he was a preacher also, but I could tell he was cool. And so, I wanted to be cool too, so I stood up straight, I smiled at him, I said, "Hey, how's it going?" He said, "Hey man, how are you?" I said, "I'm doing well." And he said, hold up. And he looked down, he said, "Where'd you get them shoes, man?" And I told him where I got them, and he said, "Man, those are cool shoes. I've been looking for some shoes like that." And I was like, wow, thanks, because I knew that if he thought my shoes were cool, then my shoes were cool, and maybe I was even a little bit cool. So I had beautiful feet that day, and that's the passage I want to read to you from Isaiah. He is bringing good news to God's people who have been in captivity. They've been in bondage. And he says in Isaiah 52, starting with verse 7, "How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of those who bring good news, who proclaim peace, who bring good tidings, who proclaim salvation, who say to Zion, your God reigns. Listen, your watchmen lift up their voices. Together they shout for joy. When the Lord returns to Zion, they will see it with their own eyes." So, burst into songs of joy together, you ruins of Jerusalem, for the Lord has comforted his people. He has redeemed Jerusalem. And the Lord will bear his holy arm in the sight of all the nations, and all the ends of the earth will see the salvation of the Lord. And so, I guess what I want us to get from this is, when a message was coming, the watchmen would set up and they would look out, and when they saw the messenger coming, they didn't have text messages, they didn't have any way of getting these messages quickly, but they could see the messenger coming a long way off, and they could tell by the body language if the news was good or not. And so they would see this messenger coming and they would say, "Oh, he has beautiful feet. It's going to be good news." And they would already start celebrating and rejoicing because the news was going to be good. The captives were going to be set free. If they saw that the messenger was coming with poor body language, sad, disappointing body language, then they would already begin to grieve and fear before they even heard the message. Well, we have good news as Christians, and the gospel is good news. And so the question I want to ask today is, how are your feet? Do you have beautiful feet? Are you a messenger for the Lord that brings good news? Because the gospel is good news. And if we're not good news people, then we're doing it wrong. And so just think about that today. As you read Isaiah 52, 7 through 10, let that sink in. Let that be a way that we can apply our faith and our relationships and the way we do life. Are we messengers of the gospel who have beautiful feet or not? And since today is MLK Day, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is going to help us wrap this video up. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So let's be people of light and love to a world who needs it. Have a good one.